I love a smothering tithe. I probably like it more than a Ristic Study, actually. Dang, I messed up already. Hello, my name is Taalia Vess, and I love Magic the Gathering. I make a lot of Magic the Gathering content. I've been playing for over a decade. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Taalia Vess. I like to make silly little videos, and also just started my journey on YouTube, which has been a lot of fun. I've been like doing some box openings, doing a little bit of gameplay, wanting to dive more into YouTube. But other than Magic, my hobbies are eating good food, drinking good coffee and matcha, and I love traveling, and I also really love fashion and like home decor and my dogs. So yeah, just and gardening. I'm like an 80-year-old woman. I don't know. I just love to sit around listening to records and chilling in my living room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Talia, thank you very much for joining me and taking a bit of time away from the couch and your records and gardening to chat with me about Magic the Gathering and your journey in this hobby and kind of space.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to jump straight in because that's why we're here. Everyone wants to know all these important things about you. So the first question I ask is, when did you discover Magic the Gathering was a thing, was like something in the universe that existed?
Yeah, I didn't know Magic existed for a very long time. I wish I knew about it sooner. When I was 10 years old, I started collecting Pokemon cards. It was like when Pokemon just came out. And so I always had an interest in card collecting, and that kind of continued all through my teenage years. I played a lot of tabletop games and deck building games. So things like Ascension, Fairy Tale, things like that. And then really when I first discovered Magic was after a very long D&D campaign. I played Dungeons and Dragons for 2 years, every single weekend. And at the end of the campaign, someone had brought a box. It was a fat pack of Magic cards, and they were like, "Hey, let's draft this." And I was like, absolutely. Fell in love with the art, fell in love with the gameplay and design, and I've pretty much played Magic every day since. And I have not played D&D since, but hopefully I will circle back to that. But yeah, Magic took over my life at that point.
Okay. Do you remember what set it was, what fat pack it was that you drafted that time?
I don't remember. That's so frustrating because people always ask me and I'm like, I don't remember. I know there were some dragons, and I know it was after Avacyn Restored because I remember wanting to build an angel deck, and it was like that was a recent set that I could just go buy packs from at the shop. This was around that time.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I wish I remembered.
Yeah. So when you started, so your first experience was drafting a fat pack. What was apart from like the artwork and stuff, what was it that kind of really hooked you in at that initial stage?
Well, I don't like doing the same things over and over and over again. I don't really like a routine. This is why I'm a content creator, because every day is different. And for me, most tabletop games didn't have a ton of variation long term. And when I played Magic, I realized, wow, there's hundreds of thousands of cards, and there's so much variations. Like nothing's ever the same.
Yeah.
Like no game is ever the same. Maybe if you're playing like standard or pauper and and you're like sticking with the same deck and you're whatever, you know, but like for the most part, especially with drafting, you're drafting different sets every couple of months. Like the game is constantly evolving and changing, and that really appealed to me because I don't like to do the same things. Like I don't like to play the same decks over and over again. Yeah.
Okay.
So the variation was really exciting.
Nice. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Because the amount of variety within Magic is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. I like that. When you first started playing, what format were you playing?
I was really only playing limited.
Okay, limited. Okay.
Yeah, I was mostly playing limited, and then I soon after that discovered Commander, and I bought a couple precons and then started making Commander decks. And yeah, I really love Commander and limited most.
Okay. As a Commander channel, we appreciate anyone that plays. And it is kind of the biggest format.
It's really
going
taken
now.
off. Yeah. Which is great to see.
Because I imagine if you've been playing for a decade now, Commander was big then, but it wasn't the kind of lead format at the time, was it?
Right. Yeah, it was definitely overshadowed by a lot of the like pro scene back then. In competitive play, so that wasn't really for me. Like I always was such a casual player. I was never trying to be like the best player, so I didn't really keep up with a lot of that. But gosh, I think it used to be just mostly standard and like modern, I want to say, back in the day. Commander was always kind of seen as like the casual game you play in between rounds, kind of thing. But yeah, no, it's really cool of course it's bittersweet. Like I wish that standard wasn't so dead right now. Because I do still love and appreciate standard. But yeah, Commander I would say definitely is like the most popular format right now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Hopefully when Foundations comes out, which isn't that long away, hopefully that'll help a bit of a resurgence for standard, because it's kind of that entry point onboarding set, really, isn't it? That's going to bring some more, bring back some staples for standard as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully.
I really only played standard when Arena came out.
Same.
Because I just like I don't know. I was just such a casual player. Like I built some popper decks. And I mean, those are pretty strong. Those popper decks get crazy. But that was really my only experience with constructed, was mostly popper. And I played a lot of cube back in the day. Okay. But yeah, like I miss cube. I should play more cube.
See, cube's one of those formats I've not ventured into yet.
Oh my gosh.
I clearly need to. I've had a lot of people tell me how
so
fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you can make custom cubes, can't you, based on like whatever you wanted, really. So
100%. Yeah, you could just do like a block of sets that you really like, or you can make a pauper cube, you can make a peasant cube, you can make a vintage cube with some proxies, maybe. I didn't say that, but yeah. I had a vintage cube at one point in time, and it like, of course my power 9 was proxies, but yeah, it's so fun playing with powerful cards.
Yeah.
And when you open a pack, it's like all stuff that could be pack one pick ones. It's just crazy. It's so much fun. You can play it on Magic Online, I guess. I haven't been on there in forever, but if you wanted to try Cube, that's a good place to try it. Yeah.
I definitely have some friends that
peer pressure.
That play vintage cards, so a vintage cube would be interesting.
Yeah, it's so fun.
But expensive. That's the scary thing.
That's why you can play it on Magic Online.
Save a little bit of money. Okay, so you've been playing Magic for a decade, and you play Limited, you play Commander. Are those the two formats you still heavily play now, would you say?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Kind of both equally. I guess I would say I play Commander slightly more because it's just easier to like grab your deck, play with people online, things like that. But I love Limited so much. I guess I mostly play on Arena now because it is kind of hard to get such a big group together. But yeah, there's nothing better than playing a draft in person though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So with you being in the game and in the hobby for 10 years now, and you're now in the position you are doing content creation, and working alongside, people like Wizards of the Coast, Ultra Pro and these other companies. How did that come about for you? How did you go from being, I was playing D&D and then I was drafting, to now I'm a content creator doing Magic content? How did that jump?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I did not have any social media around the time I was playing D&D. Like, I'm pretty introverted, surprisingly. So like, I just wasn't active on social media. And then I was just playing games with like a small group of people and my kitchen table with my family. And I was like feeling kind of sad. Like, I was like, there has kind of backtrack a little bit. I tried to go to a game store and it was just not a good vibe, not a good scene, right? And so I was like, gosh, there has to be a way to connect with people that are like me. And so then I decided at that point in time, I was like, I was watching Gabby Spartz. She was one of the only women streaming drafts on YouTube at the time. And so I was really inspired by her because I was like, there has to be more women out there that play this game that I can connect with. So I started putting myself out there online. And really, when Arena came out, that was kind of an easy way to make Magic content because it was just free and it was on my computer. And so I started streaming that on Twitch. And gosh, it took about maybe 2 years before Magic noticed me. Wizards of the Coast back then they used to do like a sponsored stream for the content creators in the space. Now they're a lot more involved, which is super great for us. But back then it was kind of just like, hey, we're just gonna feature your stream on our Twitch page. And I was like, what the heck is happening? This is so cool. And then from there it kind of it was TwitchCon 2019. They had a Wizards and D&D hosted an event. There was like pancakes and planeswalkers, and it was right around, I think, Wilds of Eldraine, I want to say. It was like Wilds of Eldraine themed. It was really cool, but that was like my first connection with other face-to-face, seeing other content creators in the space and getting to talk to them. And like, I met the community manager of Wizards at that time. She is no longer in that position. We've had a couple others since then, but really, like, that was so helpful being there in person and like making those connections and relationships with people. Because I was like nobody knew that I even played Magic at that time. It was very new, and so it's a long process of steps and events to like get to where I am now, getting sponsored by Ultra Pro and Wizards of the Coast. It's like a fever dream. I'm still like, what the heck? How did this happen? But also it happened because I feel like it was a manifestation. Like, it was something 10 years ago, or I guess like 8 years ago, I was like, I want to be on the command zone. I want to be at a MagicCon as a featured guest. Like, I made these goals for myself very early on. Those are things that I wanted. And it's just crazy that like it's happening, because I didn't believe in myself back then. I didn't have a strong support system, but yeah, it's grown a lot. I've grown a lot as a person, and yeah, it's like really crazy. I feel like I'm rambling and probably missed a lot of steps in between all that, but like, yeah.
No,
it's really cool.
It's cool to hear, because like, you know, for other people out there that want to get into like doing Magic content and stuff, knowing like kind of your path on how you got there is a great way for others to kind of learn.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm always happy to share information, or if you just have any advice, like you can always reach out to me. I love helping people out. To me, it's like not a competition. We're like, I want to see this game grow. This is the best game in the world, and I want to share it with everyone. So the more people we get involved, they tell a friend, and then, you know, our entire Magic community grows, and that's a win-win for all of us. So yeah, always happy to share that. My best advice for people that are wanting to get recognized by Wizards of the Coast or have sponsorships or things like that is like, you just have to put in the work. Like, it sounds so simple when you say it like that, but like, I kind of don't stop working. It's like all, when I'm not sleeping, I'm doing something. Yeah, there's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of moving pieces to it. So just do it. Nike had a good slogan, just do it. They know what they're talking about.
It's a grind, but at the end of the day, you put the effort and the time into that grind, it pays off eventually. It might not pay off straight away, but you know, if you keep at it and keep positive, then it always will.
Yeah. The first 2 years I streamed on Twitch, I was working 3 jobs, and I would just stream whenever I could, which was like late at night. So I would stream till like 2-3 in the morning, and then go work at the hospital the next day. But then when I was sitting there at work, I'm just thinking about Magic the whole time, and I was like, this is I don't want to be here. Like, I want to be streaming, you know. And so yeah, you just do it when you can. Fit it in if you can.
And then you get to a point where you are now, you know. And this is
it was slow for me, because it was definitely kind of near the beginning of Magic Arena, and like there wasn't a ton of viewership going on, and it was a slow grind. Okay. It was not overnight by any means, no.
But at least you can say you're one of the OGs of that arena build for content creation.
Yeah.
So you're there, you're here, you know, you've done that grind. You're now in the space. You're someone well known in the Magic community, with content creation and everything. Looking at the community space, you know, now, and where it is now from when you started doing content creation, you know, how are you finding the community now, and the overall kind of experience within the Magic community at the moment? What's your thoughts?
I think it's amazing. It literally, every time I think about it, tears just fill my eyes, because it's just so incredible how much has changed in such a short time. And I mean, in 2019, I have photos of me playing Magic, and I am just in a sea of men. It's all men, and no offense to men, we love men, okay? It's just, I wanted to create, not me creating the space, but by me being a face online, hopefully creating the space for people that are like me to say, oh, you know, it is okay if I want to go play at I think they were GPs at the time, or I don't remember what they were called, but I know that there's going to be other people like me there. And I think that's a big step. Yeah. It was just you know, and now there's families, there's just all, it's the diversity is so much better. It's still not exactly where it could be, or where I think that it can grow still, of course. But like, it's definitely so much different in just 5 years, which is really, really awesome to see. It's really great.
Yeah.
We have huge women groups too. So that's pretty cool. Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
Huge amount of community members in there, and SheEDH, and I used to run one back in the day, She Sparks. So I think like having just all these people come together has helped create a safer, inclusive environment. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You got it.
Yeah. It's definitely like since my entry into the community and that and what I've seen, it's definitely kind of, having come from the TTRPG space before entering like the Magic space, it's definitely like the most inclusive community I've been part of, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I feel like a lot of communities are still very, very behind on that. For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it takes effort, it takes intention, it takes us cultivating that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think the Magic community does it well.
They really do.
You know? Still
They
not
really
there,
do.
not there 100%, but
Not there 100%.
You know, but definitely moving fast
in the right
towards
direction.
That. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I got a comment. I got a comment on my YouTube, and most of the YouTube comments are really kind and supportive, and occasionally I'll get a bad comment. I just delete it or whatever. But this comment was one of the best comments I ever got. It says, Magic the Gathering has just become a bunch of politically correct queers. And I was like, that's great.
It's like, where's the negative?
Thank you. This is what I wanted.
Yeah, so thanks.
This is great. I was like, is that supposed to be an insult? Yeah, I love that. I had to screenshot that one.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, you still get those people out there, but at least they're posting positive comments now instead of negative, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
So with the community growing and, you know, becoming more inclusive and more positive, you know, and that inclusivity kind of bleeding over from, you know, just the community element into, you know, certain things we see in the game, in the cards, in the story and stuff of Magic. Is there anything particular that kind of has in the past kind of couple of years or anything within the overall kind of Magic sphere that has, you know, really kind of shone out to you as a really key thing that you've picked up on as being like, wow, that's something that, you know, I'm always going to remember with this community, with what's going on, and the positive, like, forward change with it?
That's an interesting question. I feel like I probably shouldn't stay off Twitter/X as much as I do. Like, for me, I kind of stay off of social media for my mental health. But occasionally when I do log on, it seems like there's always something going on in the Magic community where a lot of people do come together to support whatever is happening or whoever it's happening to. Like, just as an example, this recent ban announcement with the Jeweled Lotus. I mean, everybody's devastated. It sucks. I got my first tattoo of a Jeweled Lotus right there. But like, going after members of the RC, not okay. Totally not acceptable. And so seeing everybody come together and share their stories and of Olivia, and like really bringing out like the positive light overshadowing the negativity. It's stuff like that happens so much in the community, which is great. We have each other's backs. It's really hard to pinpoint like one particular thing, because I feel like it's just always progressing, and it's always like I don't know, it's always evolving into something, I guess. Yeah, I know for me personally, I was getting bombarded a few years ago. Gosh, this was like 3 years ago now, because I posted a picture and I was kind of like on the side, and my hat, like some of my butt was showing, fully clothed. And then this guy just started, I normally don't care about comments about my body. If you're like, I'll just delete them, whatever. Like, you don't have a right to comment about my body. But this guy was a Magic community member, and was followed by a lot of mutuals. And so then I was like, hey, this person is saying this, and it was pretty bad stuff. So the whole community, like, I didn't even know the professor at the time, I think, and he even posted a picture of him in his boxers with his butt sticking out, and that started the hashtag MTG booty trend on Twitter back then. And like, it was really cool to just see everybody have my back. Like, that brought me so just seeing everybody be so supportive. Like, I will never forget that. I guess that is one in particular that I do remember, because it affected me personally. Yeah, that was really cool. Everybody brought out the hashtag MTG booty pics. It was really cute. It's just a butt. Like, everybody has butts.
I still see that hashtag now popping up every so often.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It should be empowering. Like, we should not be body shamed for having a butt.
Yeah.
We all have or bodies. We all have bodies. Yeah. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But yeah. Definitely the community does come together when it needs to, which is nice 100%. Yeah.
More so than some other communities out there. That I've seen. So yeah, it's nice to see. Okay, well, I'm going to slowly move on from this topic, and I'm going to move into a slight section of my little show here where I ask the hard-hitting questions.
Oh God!
Yes, I already pre-warned you about these.
I know.
There's going to be some choices that need to be made.
All right.
But I can't interview someone about Magic and not ask these questions, because everyone wants to know these things, and whatever you say now is going to be, set in stone. It's concrete forever. It's going on the internet. People will refer back to it.
I know.
You're not going to be able to change your answers ever again, and this is going to ruin
the pressure.
Yes. So, we'll start with the softer ones. What in Magic, there are several colors you can play, and several combinations of colors you can play. But what would you say is your favorite color to play or color combination?
Okay, I thought this was going to be hard, but actually,
it's not that bad.
Something immediately is sticking out in my mind, and that's Dimir.
Okay.
I like blue, but I also like black. So blue, black.
Okay.
Dimir. I'm going to go with that. I mean, I like a ton of different color combinations. But yeah, let's go with Dimir as one of my favorites.
Okay. I'll
some control.
Okay. Evil control, because you've got a bit of black in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I have my people who watch this channel and know me know that I'm mono black through and through.
I love mono black. I love mono black. I play a lot of mono black.
Good.
Yes.
Good. There we go. See, this is why we had you on the channel, because we are
really
a mono black channel.
I really like That's amazing. I troll people on historic all the time in arena. I play Tiny Bones.
Nice.
And like nobody sees it coming, and I just drain. Like it's kind of unstoppable. It's great. It's a great deck.
Yes, members of this channel are aware of the group.
Do you know that I have a magic card that Gavin designed of me, or based on me, and it's mono black?
Oh, I didn't know it was mono black.
It's really good. Nice. It's really good. Nice. Don't ask me what it's called because I forgot. But dang it, I'm about to play the deck. I'm gonna go on a stream after this, and I'm about to play the deck, and so I should have grabbed it. But yeah, it's really good.
I'll find it, and I'll pop it up. It'll pop up on screen.
Put it up on now. Yeah, it's on Scryfall now, so it's like the Vess. Just look up Vess. It's something Vess, and it has something to do with like basically tutoring for Liliana Planeswalkers.
Okay.
Or you make copies. You make copies of. Yeah, I think that's what it is. You basically pull out all your Lilianas and you get a random one on Battlefield for free or something. It's really good. It's really good.
Well, for those at home, it's there. There you go.
Sorry, it's here somewhere.
But yeah, we'll have to talk after this about seeing if you want to join the crew, because this channel we have the mono black meanies, which is an actual crew. We have merchandise for those watching at home. We have playmats now. I'll chat to you about that.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, please let me. Yeah, I would love to.
Well, yeah. So, color, we're going for Demir. Bit of blue, bit of black. You like control, you like Evo control. Okay, that's good to know. Now, here's the big question. But it's a top 3 question, so you've got a bit of choice in this. But it's what are your top 3 cards of all time? Currently, with the current list of cards. And there's not that many to choose from. So, 50 odd thousand or something. But
that's so hard. I mean, okay, so somebody asked me this one time, like, what was my top 3 cards? Because I ask a lot of like Q&As on my Instagram, and actually it was like Channel Fireball back in the day. They were making an article about like my top 10 cards, and I was putting together a list, and before I knew it, there was 80 cards on the list. I still have the list, so it's really hard. Speaking of mono black, I really love why am I blanking on the name? This is like one of my favorite cards of all time. It's the add 3 black mana. Dark Ritual. Yeah, duh. I don't know why I blinked on that. Specifically the artwork that oh gosh, my brain is not working. I'm sorry, y'all. I had COVID and I'm like in a fog. Rebecca Gay, Jesus Christ, that old school art, I like that one. I wouldn't say this is maybe one of my top 3 commanders, maybe not cards, but I really like Yuriko. I think it's super broken. It gets around commander tax, so I think it's just a really terrible card. I play it. Gosh, there's so many flashing through my head right now. I really love things that will draw me cards or produce double mana. So, God, is it mean to say Ristic Study? Oh, that just feels bad. That's a good card.
Yeah, I mean, I run it.
Hey, all my cards were blue and black that I listed. Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with that. There's just know there's a lot of good cards, okay? There's a lot. It's so hard to pick just 3.
You got 3, and then we'll put an honourable mention out there to Jeweled Lotus as well because of the recent ban and the first
yeah, Jeweled Lotus. What is this card? Oh, Coat of Arms. I really like playing with tokens too.
Okay.
So things that generate tokens. Academy Manufacturer. That's one of my favorites.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah. It's a good one. So would you say tokens is like your preferred kind of mechanic to play token generation?
Rip Dockside. Yeah, I love making treasure tokens. Like if I get card draw advantage or mana advantage clearly, like I can do so many things, you know, like it's a fun time.
Nice.
Yeah. The treasure tokens in particular, but any tokens are fine.
Treasure tokens, Revel in Riches, game over.
Yeah. I've won a few times with Revel in Riches. That's always fun.
Yeah. Good little strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got some interesting cards there. Interesting. You put Ristic Study in there. At least you didn't go Ristic Study, Smothering Tide, Land Tax or something like that. That'd just be
Smothering Tide
evil.
is also one of my favorite cards. I love a Smothering Tide. I probably like it more than a Ristic Study, actually. Dang, I messed up already.
Shocking. You just like asking people to not pay for things and give you things all the time. It seems the strategy there.
Yeah, I like taking things. Also, that's also a fun strategy. I'll take that creature.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand Demir now. I understand the love for Demir. Makes sense. Okay, so we've got these top 3. We've got your core pairings and stuff. So we recently just had Duskmourn drop. I say recently, technically the day of recording this, yesterday. Duskmourn officially dropped. But looking ahead, because Duskmourn is a current set, and we have a few more sets coming, forever and always. Always new sets coming. But looking to the future, is there any, like, in terms of sets and new things coming to Magic, is there anything you're particularly looking forward to?
Final Fantasy.
Easy answer.
So excited. Yeah. Gavin worked on it, so it's gonna be sick.
It'll be good. And it's a full set as well, just like Lord of the Rings,
Full
with everything coming.
Set. Yeah. I'm hoping to see some artwork by Yoshitaka Amano. That would be really cool. Have his book right there. I would love to see some art by him. I think in Magic he's only done the like Japanese Liliana.
Oh. Okay.
So if there was a time for him to do some artwork, now is it.
Yeah. I mean,
now is the time.
Yeah. I mean, I would presume we would, because with Duskmourn, I mean, it seems their art direction is pulling in more video game artists as well, because we had that director from Silent Hill involved with the Duskmourn set.
That was so cool. Yeah.
So, you know,
I
we
love
pulled
that.
in. Hopefully we'll get more. That'd be fun.
And one of my favorite Magic artists, Alexis Zuri, had a ton of cards in Duskmourn, so that was pretty cool to see, because I love his art so much. And he is well known for like comic book art and stuff. So yeah, I hope he gets a Final Fantasy card or 2. That would be cool. I would love to see Justine Jones because she's so inspired by Yoshitaka Amano in Final Fantasy, and she does very like detailed, intricate work, like they do in Final Fantasy. So I would love to see her get a card too, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed. I mean, hey, it's going to be a big set, so hopefully we get some.
I love the art,
stuff.
so I'm like, I can't wait to see the artwork and also the play style of the mechanics of the game. But yeah, that's the one that first comes to mind. But you know, I know the secret layers get a lot of hate sometimes, but I'm excited for what's to come in the upcoming year of secret layers, because I like the crossovers. I'm a big nerd when it comes to like all things pop culture. Like I wasn't even mad about Walking Dead, and I was over Walking Dead at that point in time. Like clearly it was dead like 5 years before, but I still was excited about it. Like I loved it and I bought it. Yeah,
I think I like Secret Layers. I was gutted I couldn't get my hands on the Monty Python one when it dropped.
I had it in my cart, and I logged in as soon as it went live. Had it in my cart, and then I was like, the cards aren't very strong. Like, I don't need it, and I removed it. Then I was like, damn it! Why did I should have just got it. At least so my friends that missed out could have access to it, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I love Monty Python, but I just thought I was looking for like a little bit stronger cards from it.
Something more usable.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I just wanted it for the pop culture reference.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah, if it was something that I was a huge fan of, 100%, I would have just picked it up for the artwork and the memes and stuff. But yeah,
I mean, at least you know there's clearly going to be a massive Final Fantasy Secret Lair drop when that comes. There's going to be something wild for that.
Yeah,
So.
and I'm not like a huge Marvel person, but I do like X-Men, so I'm really hoping to see some X-Men, like whether it's like whatever Gambit or Mystique or Storm. Like I would love to see some cards based off of some X-Men characters. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I think the X-Men kind of comic book and the whole like X-Men 90s animated series style would look nice.
It.
I think that'd look nice.
It would be so cool. I know, it'd be so cool. We'll see.
Fingers crossed. But in terms of like up and coming products and stuff, Final Fantasy is your big ticket item that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Okay. So with that coming out, because that's going to be next year now that comes out, isn't it?
Yes,
like March
I think
time?
so.
But looking ahead to next year, and looking internally, I don't know, looking reflectively at the same time, in terms of your content creation, your journey and everything with Magic, you know, where do you see yourself going as we move forward and everything? You know, is there anything you're thinking about doing with your content? Is there any, because you mentioned you're moving into YouTube content as well now, is there a specific path you're kind of leaning towards?
Yeah, I have a plan for a new series that I've been working on for like a year. And it's just difficult to pull off, and I've been kind of putting it off because of that reason, and then I'm like, I just need to do it. So I really want to launch that this year and just continue to do what I'm doing, because I love doing box openings, playing Arena. I really want to try to play Magic Online again. I know it's a little clunky and outdated, but like I want to try maybe doing some vintage cube streams on there, because I've never done that, and like that's kind of where the idea sparked for me to even make content anyways, was watching LSV and Gabby do those drafts together back in the day. So I want to like just explore more and put more out on YouTube, live stream more often. The last couple years I was basically touring with MagicCon. So it was a lot of events going on. And this year I've kind of slowed down on that. Just kind of taking it easy on travel, because that stuff adds up. I mean, even though you are getting paid to make an appearance or be at different places, like it all adds up. So I'm just kind of taking it easy this year and really focusing back in on online content, which has been really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And I love going to events, and I still want to go to events, but maybe not like as many as I was doing. Because I was like, I'm never home. And I have 3 dogs, and 2 of them are elderly, and so they're at a point where they're like, one of them is having to take medication, and it's just hard for me to be away right now. But yeah, just gonna be doing stuff at home.
Best way.
Is the idea. Yeah.
And then you get to listen to your records and be a grandma.
Yeah,
just in the garden.
Exactly. I have big plans to make a new garden this year, so I need a fence first. That's like step 1. I need a fence. So yeah, I'm just trying to like take it easy and do some home improvement stuff, which I think I'm gonna start documenting online as well, but not on like my Taalia Vess channel, because it's so focused around magic. I kind of want to do like a separate, I've always said this, I want to have like a lifestyle channel as well, where I talk about fashion, jewelry, gardening, coffee, whatever it is, like just lifestyle stuff.
Cool.
But everybody's telling me I need to make a different YouTube, because YouTube doesn't like when you mix magic.
Yeah, the algorithm will push one or the other.
So I'm like, okay, I'll just make a whole new one. So that's another project, but yeah.
So we've got a coming soon YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Wonderful.
For me, like, I will say, for anybody that does want to make YouTube or content, just have no expectations. You will not be disappointed. Like when I started streaming, I had no expectations. I didn't think I was going to make any money. I didn't think anybody would watch. And I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Have no
so
expectations.
Just do it out of
grind.
passion. Yeah. You're not doing it for money. Trust me. There's no money in the beginning at all. So yeah, that like just do something you love and that you're passionate about. That will come through to your viewers.
Yeah.
If it's genuine, authentic passion. So.
Nice. And on that positive note, I have no more questions I want to ask. So with that, we will call it there.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me again.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure chatting. For those at home watching, please make sure you go and follow Taalia on all social media, on YouTube, on everywhere, and look out for the second channel as well for the lifestyle stuff, because that's gonna be fun. Do the things like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Share on socials as well, so people get to watch these videos. And yeah, we'll say goodbye there and chat to you all another day.
Bye, y'all. Thank you for watching.